And welcome to the Huckabee Show. Now, do things look a little different for the start of our show? Yeah, well, there's a reason. Many of us are snowed in from getting to Nashville. My wife and I just moved from Florida back to Little Rock so we could be closer to our 7 grandkids. Boy, did we ever pick a bad time to move from Florida. 20 inches of snow with temperatures at 0 this week. I mean, we've been stuck in our house, unable to even get out of our driveway. And our little dogs, who are 15 and 14 years old, they're snubbing us. I mean, they're traumatized by weather like this after all those years in Florida. Well, it's been this way all week for much of America. Snowmageddon. And we're beginning to fully understand the implications of renewable energy in states like Texas, where the wind turbines froze and left millions without electricity. Now, that's got to be embarrassing for Texas. I mean, that's the state which produces more oil and gas and refines most of our oil, who built windmills that, well, we found out they just don't work in extreme cold. It's a doggone good thing that we are experiencing global warming. I mean, without all the heating of the earth from global warming, gosh, we might really be getting cold. Now, you remember Punxsutawney Phil saw his shadow just a few weeks ago. So maybe we ought not to be that surprised that we have an extended winter. So you may want to know, just how cold is it? Well, the weather is about as cold as the shoulder Liz Cheney got when she tried to show up at a Trump rally. In fact, it's so cold that Adam Schiff was seen with his hands in his own pockets. Well, at least the unconstitutional nonsense of impeachment is over. What a waste of time and our tax dollars. I mean, if this is part of the Democrats' plan for unity, I think they're about as delusional as Mitt Romney thinking that he's the future of the Republican Party. The Democrats sought to get a president out of office after he was already out of office. No real evidence presented, no witnesses called, no due process, and falsified evidence presented as fact. With a slick Hollywood-produced movie, just a few of the sideshows of the second impeachment circus. But when Democrats decided that their presented case was so weak and hopeless, they then decided maybe we ought to call some witnesses. And the Republicans said, sure, that sounds great. Why don't you call some witnesses? Because if you do, we've got a list of over 100, including Nancy Pelosi, that we'll call. Suddenly the Dems said, you know what, we're done. And just like that, it was over. Must have been awkward for Democrats who so self-righteously condemned Donald Trump's tone to see themselves on a big screen TV in the Senate chamber, screaming sometimes violent threats to anyone who ever even voted for Donald Trump. Now that President Trump has been acquitted twice, what if the Democrats will find something productive to do? Probably not. I mean, they've become a one-trick pony, but the trick's getting old. The pony is ready for the glue factory, and it's just not working anymore. Let's hope they chill out and work on some real issues for a change. And if they need any help chilling, I think we can help them by sending them some of this outrageous snow that's paralyzed much of the country. I've decided maybe Congress does its best work when they aren't working at all, just leaving the rest of us alone.
Now, if you want more videos like that one, hit the subscribe button below and the notification bell right next to it. And if you leave a comment, positive or negative, I'll be sure that my dog Toby sees it and responds to you in kind.